Welcome to Stop4, St. John's Church of the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. This church was most likely built on top of the site of an Anglo-Norman hospital or almshouse built in 1242 AD. In 1637, Sir Roger Jones of Banada, governor of Sligo, had a mortuary chapel built. The top slab of his tomb was discovered during alterations to the church in 1812 and is now located on the west wall. On the north wall of the transept, near the pulpit, there is a brass plaque to the memory of Susan Mary Yates, who died in London in the year 1900. She was William Polfaxon's eldest daughter, who on the 10th September 1863 was married to a John Butler Yeats in this church. They later became the parents of William Butler Yeats, the famous poet and playwright, and Jack Butler Yeats, the famous artist. W. B. Yeats and Jack B. Yeats' grandfather William Polfaxon and his wife were laid to rest here as well in 1892, as well as their uncle, who was buried here in 1910. Following the death of their uncle George, the Yeats brothers seldom came back to Sligo. Near the southwest wall of St. John's Cathedral is the Thornley family burial plot. This name has interesting associations with both the cholera epidemic in 1832 in Sligo, and with Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula was a Gothic novel that was published 55 years after his mother, Miss Charlotte Stoker, witnessed the horrific scenes of the streets of her native Sligo town. The tales his mother retold the young Stoker were to inspire him to write his novel Dracula in later life. As a daughter of Lieutenant Thomas Thornley, her family lived in Sligo during the majority of the cholera epidemic. The disease caused people to slip into an unconscious state, and these were often pronounced dead before death. One of the most gruesome tales surrounding the disease and retold by Charlotte Stoker is one of the soldier called Long Sergeant Callan. This very tall man had contracted cholera and was presumed dead. He was too tall for the coffins that were being mass-produced at a fixed size during the epidemic, and so, in order to make the sergeant fit, the coffin makers took a hammer to break his legs. However, the first blows violently woke up the sergeant from his unconscious state, and thankfully he made a full recovery from the disease. Thanks for listening, and remember, though this is an active church, a lot of times the gates are closed and you're not able to go on to the grounds, but you should be able to look out from the street, and you do see an awful lot of the church. Remember to take photos, and I'll see you at the next stop. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Created using Powtoon.